Feeling rather blessed, I have to say. We've been to the Champagne Pavilion, and now we are looking at the most mighty of buffets, I have to say, Kiersten, Neil and myself, alongside Chef Tagg. I assume this is your baby, Chef Tagg.
It's one of the many that's in the arena today, so yes, lovely. I've got a great bunch of boys behind the kitchen here. There's a huge buffet here, and there's everything you'd want or expect for such an occasion as the Ebor. So this is all about our charcuterie, our seafood displays, and everything goes with it. This is all about local supply chain, and the sheer skill and the mindset of the chefs just to put things together that make things attractive for all of our guests. And we work very closely with all our suppliers and all the chefs to put it together, taking into consideration some of the previous feedback from our guests that were here last year, and we just up it from there, and away we go.
It's amazing, Neil. It's a proper feast of delectation, isn't it?
I think what Chef Tagg has done here and all the team, look at the presentation as well. That is what I love. You know, and I think that's so great. The first impressions, everything like that. Kirsten's going mad.
Well, I'm hovering over this Moroccan hummus. I'm loving it.
Well, that's a great thing. And actually, we were just talking, you know, we've had a chat about it. How have things changed in terms of what you have even on a buffet now versus what you would have done a few years ago?
Again, I think it's down to, you take customer feedback. You have to take the feedback from the guests, what they're looking for. Like I said to you earlier, the guests have travelled the world and they understand what they're looking for. And that's what we have to replicate here. This is a prestigious event, there's no two ways about it. It's probably the biggest in the world going on this week, and we have to match that. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a 5-star service in the racecourse to deliver for the guests, and it's just the right thing to do.
We should have a look at some more, I think.
I was going to, we should.
Well, you can eat some. I've got to go and do some work, obviously.
Well, I was going to ask you, how challenging is it? Because obviously you deal with cold and hot foods in terms of preparation. What's that like?
We're quite fortunate here because we've got separate kitchens and we can organise ourselves. So we have the cold kitchen that does all the cold mise en place. We have the hot kitchen that does all the hot, and then we bring the two of them together for service. So it works particularly well here in this establishment, and each of the units have got their own self-standing. So it's great fun.
Fantastic. Should we dive in now?
We've got to dive in. We've got to have a look.
Kiersten's itching to as well, aren't you?
Oh,
there's some beautiful, some of the charcuterie is lovely, some of the patties, there's some of the pressed terrines, and some of the seafood is just wonderful. A little bit of sushi as well, kicking around. Again, everything that the guests are expecting to see, this is what you want. It's not a case of you haven't got it, you've got to have it.
I don't feel like I can go with my hands though. It seems
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Let's get you a plate. Let's get you organised with a plate.
Okay, let's keep going.
We'll move forward and have a look at some of this. There's a lovely array of meats, and then of course over that side fishes. But let's talk about the meat first here. So we've got loads of different kind of salamis, haven't we?
You've got salami, you've got bresaola, you've got some air-dried ham, you've got some... all of this here is all British. And local supply chain. A lot of it's from Yorkshire, and it all fits in with the end game is for the end user, because they're all looking for what's local, what's in play. We're right in the middle of the season for most of the stuff that's here now. All of our suppliers are in the same boat. They're all looking at what's happening, what's the volume, how do we grow it, give us a notification, we make sure we've got the volume that we need to do the job. It's a 4-day service, it's thousands and thousands of portions. These guys need to know what's coming, so they can have it done and dusted. Everything else, the butcher meat, the fishmonger, the fruit and veg, they've all got to know, I need 2 tons of that, I need 4 tons of that, I'm looking for 6 tons of that. That doesn't just, you can't just phone that today and get it in tomorrow. Working with the local suppliers is all about them working with the growers, the producers, the manufacturers to make sure that the stuff's available. And it's all about planning.
Exactly. I love the fact you're talking about tons.
Yeah.
But actually, what I'd like to do as well, let's bring in Noel Kershaw as well, because Noel is here. You know, you're linked right up here with all, what Chef Tagg was just talking about in terms of you're organising all the local supplies as well, aren't you, Noel?
Yeah, it's fundamentally what we do. We've been supplying the restaurant for the CGC for 20 odd years, and they've always been extremely keen about the provenance of product, where it's from. And what you see here, it encompasses the very best that the region's got to offer. So we work very hard, very closely with the team. It's always fun when you get to this week, there's a lot involved. And obviously it's about just trying to provide the freshest product as locally and as seasonal as we can. So that's what we're about.
And how many different suppliers would that be?
Well, it incorporates, I mean, again, just from our region alone, on the menus here, you're probably incorporating between 20 and 30 different suppliers, and that can range from fantastic suppliers of soft fruit, so strawberries and raspberries from Garforth, which is not far away from here at all, root vegetables, but cheeses, the charcuterie there from Ilkley, David Lishman at Ilkley provides some fantastic products, and all this stuff, again, from an environmental perspective, it's been produced locally. You know, this is products that we used to import, and now we can get from our own doorstep, so that's wonderful.
It's brilliant. Let's keep going, because I'm so excited about trying something.
This fish platter is absolutely extraordinary.
Yes, well, again, it's just what you'd expect. The salmon, the smoked salmon, the hot smoked salmon, the prawns, the king prawns, the crab, the dressed crab, the oysters, you name it is here, and all the garnishes and accompaniments that go with it. And it just gives you the colour. Everybody eats by their eyes, so if it's colourful and it's attractive, the customer's having it. You can put the display out and don't garnish it, it wouldn't be as attractive. The customers won't eat it. So you've got to give them the colour, and all of the little bits and pieces of the garnishes and additional sauces that go with it just make the dish. We talked earlier about the hummus. Hummus 5 years ago would never have been here, because it's not on the vocabulary for this environment.
And you're literally catering for every single dietary here, aren't you? You've got sort of your vegetarian section, you've got your pescatarian section, you've got your meats, your hot, cold.
It's huge. There's no two ways about it. It is a growing market in some sectors of the hospitality business, and maybe not so in others. But in ours, because of the sheer volume of people that are coming, you don't know. So you have to be organised, you have to be prepared. We'll have the vegan, the pescatarian, the gluten-free, and all of the good stuff that goes with it. Yes, they're all here.
How much food do you go through in an event like this?
I would have to. I did go back and check my records, but you're into 20, 30 tons.
Goodness.
It's.
I'll clean that up on a Sunday, don't worry about it.
It's not small fry, is it?
Easy.
It all looks super fresh as well, this fish.
Yes, very much so. Look, again, local supply chain, all coming out of Grimsby, coming down this neck of the woods for us, so it works. It works really well.
Okay, do you know what? I think this is absolutely fantastic. And I also think what we should do, we should raise a glass to all the hospitality team here. So we'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to actually pass these around a bit here. I think this is...
Blue Peter moment. Here's one I had earlier.
That's me.
Mr. Prepared.
Well, that's me. Well, I've got to thank Lisa for this, for actually having this as well. So I think we definitely need to do this. Thanks very much, Noel.
So we had the Verve Cliquot, now we're on the Moet.
Yeah, we're on the Moet and Chandon. Yes, their house style as well. They're doing a brilliant job too. Blend of Chardonnay, Pinot Noir and Meunier. But most of all, let's have a raise a glass. I think it's been absolutely fantastic. Let's have a big cheers, I reckon.
Absolutely, a big old cheers, and good luck, Chef Tagg. And I've got to say, before we finish, that is the most impressive of chef's hats as well.
Thanks very much.
Cheers, cheers. Cheers, Noel.
Enjoy, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.